Hey everyone, if you're on Social Security or planning to retire soon, please stop scrolling for a moment. Because what I'm about to share could truly change your financial future. Right now, there's a major proposal moving through Congress that could mean hundreds, even thousands of extra dollars in your pocket every single month. For millions of Americans, this could finally bring a little breathing room, a little relief, and a little hope, you know. But not everything is simple. And before you celebrate, it's important to understand exactly how this affects you. I've spent hours reading the actual bill, analyzing reports, and breaking down the numbers so you don't have to. And honestly, some of what I found shocked even me. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's go through this together because this might be the most important Social Security update you'll hear this year. The proposal is called the Social Security Expansion Act, and unlike many bills that simply try to keep the system alive, this one goes further. It aims to increase benefits for millions of Americans with an average boost of airbag per month for both current and future retirees. Now, airbag might not sound like much to everyone, but for someone living on a fixed income trying to choose between medication and groceries, that extra money can mean survival. Let's be honest, Social Security hasn't kept up with the real cost of living. Prices rise, rent climbs, healthcare costs skyrocket, and yet the small cola increases just don't keep pace. Every month, it feels like your dollar buys less. This plan is trying to fix that. Here's who stands to gain the most. Seniors who've been on Social Security for over 2 years, you'd see the biggest increases. Dismemberment workers and SSDI recipients. Finally, after years of being overlooked, this could bring real help. For many living on just WUBAC a month, this change could be the difference between keeping a roof over your head or facing eviction. Veterans, you're included too. These increases won't reduce your VA benefits. And for moms who took time off work to raise kids, this proposal finally recognizes your contribution, giving caregiving credits that increase your benefits. Because raising a family is work, and it's time that work is valued. Even surviving spouses would see relief. Instead of losing half their income when their partner passes away, survivor benefits would increase to 500% of what the couple received together. That means fewer widows and widowers falling into poverty after loss. The benefit formula would also change. Right now, Social Security replaces about 500% of your pre-retirement income. Under this plan, that would rise to 500% over the next decade. If you earned Worcestersling before retirement, that's the difference between Ling and more than Ling per year. That's not pocket change, that's dignity. The minimum benefit would rise too. Anyone who worked at least 10 years would receive at least 5 byte Arsawar of the federal poverty level. No more seniors who worked their whole lives ending up in poverty anyway. And cost of living adjustments would finally reflect seniors' real expenses using the CPIE index, which tracks healthcare and housing costs more accurately than the outdated system we have now. Of course, there's a catch. There always is. This proposal still has to pass Congress. It's supported by some lawmakers, but others are pushing back hard, mainly over how to fund it. The plan would lift the Social Security payroll tax cap, meaning income over C dollars, Ling would be taxed again to fund these benefits. For anyone earning less than that, nothing changes. But that's where the political debate heats up. Even if this passes tomorrow, the increases would roll out gradually over several years. You won't wake up next month with a bigger check, but the foundation for stronger benefits would be set. And yes, there's still concern about Social Security's trust fund running low by Arsene Ling censorship. But this proposal includes measures to strengthen its future, something that's desperately needed. Now, here's the good news, and it's real. This plan actually has bipartisan support from several senators, something almost unheard of these days. And public support, it's huge. Over bifinger bashers of Americans, Democrats and Republicans alike, say they want stronger, higher Social Security benefits. That kind of unity sends a message to Congress. People are watching and people care. Even critics agree on one thing: the system must change. And that alone is progress. Plus, while Congress debates this plan, there's already a bifinger Ardent Wove COLA increase locked in for Arts Handling Arts War. That's guaranteed no matter what happens next. So, what can you do right now? First, go to ssa.gov and check your Social Security statement. Know your numbers. Second, sit down and figure out your real monthly expenses, what you need, what you're getting, and where the gaps are. Third, contact your representatives. Tell them your story. When enough voices speak up, Congress listens. And finally, look into programs that can help now, from Medicare savings programs to extra help for prescriptions, property tax relief, and every bit helps. Let's zoom out for a moment. For decades, the conversation about Social Security has been about cutting, trimming, saving. But what about living? What about dignity? After working censors, even worser years, Americans deserve to retire without fear, to afford their medications, to stay in their homes, to enjoy their grandkids without counting every dollar. You know, this proposal isn't just about numbers, it's about values, it's about fairness. And even if this exact plan doesn't pass, it's forcing the nation to face the truth that our seniors deserve better. Stay informed, stay hopeful, because change doesn't happen overnight, but it does start with people like you watching, learning, speaking up, and believing that better days are possible. You are not alone in this. Millions are watching with you, waiting with you, hoping with you. And as always, I'll be here to keep you updated every step of the way.